Hi, I'm Maneka Gandhi on veganfirst.com.
Ma'am, you've been an animal lover since birth. So, was it always your dream to, get into politics and then use that as a very strong tool to promote animal rights?
I object to the word animal lover because I think it's very derogatory. Just let's suppose I was working only for old people, which I do anyway. Would you call me an old people lover? No. It, if you say the word animal lover, then you imply that everybody else is animal hater. It's not true. I simply believe that human beings can lead a much, much better life if we look after the animals on the planet. And that we don't look after them, they look after us. Cockroaches, for instance, clear up the entire debris of the forest. Otherwise, you wouldn't have soil to grow your trees. You wouldn't have plants. Whether it is a cockroach or whether it's a dog, dogs keep away rats. You remove the dogs. It's recorded evidence that the Black Plague in London came because they killed 40,000 dogs. In Surat, the plague happened because they killed all the dogs. So everybody in its own place, every single thing except the human being has a reason to be on this planet because they do something. There has to be some reason. If you destroy pests, those pests will come right back and destroy you. Nature doesn't work in any other fashion. As I keep saying, first you eat meat, then meat eats you. Because you're not supposed to eat it and your body is not meant to be non-vegetarian. The question is that anything you put in which is unsuitable is going to destroy you, which is why you have diabetes, you have gallbladder removals, you have just about everything wrong with you. You're not meant to be unhealthy, but I'd like to find one healthy person on this planet.
Saying that we should definitely.
I'm saying that the time for simply criticizing what is there, it doesn't work for me. It's never worked for me. If I find something I don't like, I then work very hard to change it. So a large number of laws. I didn't like dissection in school, so we went and stopped dissection when I could. I didn't like bhalus dancing on the road, so now there are no more bhalus. I didn't like the idea that I wasn't going to be able to find out what I was eating, whether it was vegetarian or non-vegetarian, and I can't read 5-point type on sweets. So then we put a red and green dot. So the idea is either you go to court or you lobby in government or do what you can, run a campaign to stop what you don't like. So if you don't like the way ABC is taught, then make an alternative, interesting piece and give it to NCERT. They're open to suggestion.
Can you tell us a little bit about your green dot and red dot campaign with lifestyle products at the moment?
We're in court. The Consumer Affairs Ministry 3 years ago passed a law saying that every household product, shampoos, soaps, creams, cosmetics, should have a red or green dot. And the reason for this is because lipstick, for instance, has not only beef in it, but it also has the crushed shell of thousands and thousands of carmine beetles. So I see no reason why people shouldn't make informed choices. So many toothpastes have got bones in them. So the Consumer Affairs Ministry, on our request and lobbying, passed this law 3 years ago. After they passed it, the beauty industry, so-called beauty industry, that is all these big multinationals who sell contaminated products, as I call them, went L'Oreal, all these ITC and others, they went to court and they got a stay in Bombay. Oh, absolutely, the market rules. Unless people use their money to make wise choices for this planet, there's no point singing about it, dancing about it, writing articles about it. You actually have to change the planet with your wallet. The problem is sometimes these vegan products have two problems. One is sometimes they're more expensive, which should not be the case because they're using cheaper inputs. Two, the marketing is really bad. You need to be in the mainstream marketing distribution networks. If a company can send its cheap dirty soap to every village, so can a good vegan soap reach there.
And do you think it's important to use the word vegan or just market it as a good product in the market?
No, you need to, if the red and green dot comes in, then you won't have to market it as anything. Then it markets itself because it has a green dot on it.
Yeah.
And then you just slide it into the system.
Wonderful. Thank you. You're making work like life for us so much easier. And is there any message that you'd like to give to all the animal activists in India right now?
Yes, I'm actually fed up with sites. Instead of just having a site, it should be only one of the many, many tools that people who want to change the world should. Too many people think that just by having a site, now there are, at last count, there would be about 8 to 9 billion sites. There's one site a minute, one app a second. And people don't see them as much as they should. So there's law, there's writing, there's you should be paying for people in Delhi or in the wherever you are to lobby with the local state government for whatever you want to turn vegan. And the fourth would be to make a product yourself. For instance, if you don't like ice cream, then let's make a good ice cream. If natural can compete with all the other chemical ice creams, and people flock to natural, now it's the largest growing ice cream in India. And what has it done? It's positioned itself as a natural form of what was a chemical form. Now we need to take natural and compete with natural and go into a vegan form of natural. But you need to do that. You know? So pick up a product and put something else in competition with it. That's the only way you can change. Otherwise, the site alone has little meaning.